Okay, algebra class, this is still lesson 38. We left off here after doing the greatest common factor. So now we are factoring a polynomial for example 3. It says factor a polynomial completely, 6x to the third plus 8x squared minus 2x. Okay. For me, the key for this is to think in terms of taking out everything that each of the terms have. And remember, in the last cumulative assessment, we were thinking about in terms and what terms were. Okay, so here we have an expression. Okay, we have 6x to the third plus 8x squared minus 2x. Now, where are the terms? Well, the terms are 6x to the third, 8x squared minus 2x. Now, we're going to factor out what each of them have, the greatest common factor. They all can be divisible by 2. Okay, so we're going to factor out a 2. Let me just show you what that looks like. So I'm going to put 2 here, all right, and I'm going to divide 6 by 2, 8 by 2, and negative 2 by 2. Second thing they all have is they have at least one x. Notice this has 3 x's, this has 2 x's, and that's 1 x. So I'm going to factor out a 2x. Now when I factor it out, I divide. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. Remember, when you when I take out a variable, it's like you're subtracting from it. So if there are 3 x's here, and I take out 1, how many does that leave? That leaves 2 x's inside, plus 8 divided by 2 is 4. I took out 1 x, how many x's does that leave me? 1. Minus negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. I took out that x, so there's no x's left inside. And as you can see, I ended up with the right answer. Okay, to check the answer, just like they do here, go ahead and multiply. Go ahead and distribute this. Once you multiply and you distribute the 2x, you should end up right back at the beginning. So 2 times 3, 6, x times x squared, x to the third, plus 2 times 4 is 8, x times x is x squared, minus 2 times 1 is 2, or 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, and then the x comes along, and you should end up at the beginning. Okay, that's the check it. All right. Okay. Good. All right. So that was example 3. Okay. Let's look at example 4. Example 4 is they have a b here. Let's do the b. So for b, they have 9x to the fourth. Okay. Hold on one second. They have 9x to the fourth y squared minus 9x to the sixth y. Okay, so again, you're factoring out the greatest common factor. Look at the numbers first. 9 goes into both, so we can factor out a 9. Now look at the x's. This one has 4 x's, that has 6 x's. What's the most they have in common? Well, they have in common. They at least have 4, right? Look at the y's. Okay, this has 2, that has 1. The most we can take out, the most they have in common is 1. Now we can go ahead and see what's left. Divide the big numbers. 9 divided by 9 is 1. If I took out 4 x's, there's no x's left. I took out 1 y, there's 1 y left. Minus 1. Okay. I took out 4 x's, 2 are left. You see that? 6 minus 4 is 2. I took out the y, so there's no y's left. Now, I would imagine their answer, they're not going to have those 1's there. That doesn't mean they don't exist, but they should not. That's why they're not going to have them. As you can see, I got the right answer. 9x to the fourth y times y minus x squared. Okay, that was B of example 3. Okay, now let's look at example 4. 4 says simplifying algebraic fractions. So simplify each fraction, or each expression, excuse me. So let's go ahead and do that. When you simplify it, basically, you are just, in this case, fraction, we are dividing. So 3p to 3p plus 3 divided by 3. Well, the 3 goes into both. So 3, it's like this. 3p divided by 3 plus 3 over 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. Leave me with 1p, or just p, plus 3 divided by 3 is 1. Okay? So the 3 just goes into both the 3p and the 3. Bingo. As you can see, I got it right. Alright. Edit. Cut. Okay, let's look at the next one. We have 5x squared. Okay, we have 5x minus 25x squared divided by 5xy. Okay, same thing. Each of these gets divided by this. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. X divided by x is nothing. They cancel each other out. Leave me with the 1y underneath. Okay, minus 25 divided by 5 is negative 5. X squared divided by x. Here's where you subtract. Remember, if you have that, that leads you to the 1x, and the y is underneath. So we can actually combine these two. So it would be 1 minus 5x over y. Let's see how I did here. 1 minus 5x over y. Very good, Mr. Spaulding. Okay, for the application, they have finding the height of an object. Here's a formula. All right. It can be used to represent the height of an object that is launched from the air 12 feet ground and an initial velocity of 72 feet per second. Rewrite the formula by factoring the right side using the greatest common factor and making the t squared term positive. This is something that we'll be doing when I get back. I don't want to try to do this over a video. I want to come back and do it with you. So this is not something you need to do now. Okay, but what you do need to do now is you need to do lesson practice for this. Go ahead and do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. You do not have to do I. Okay? You can go back to the examples. They're going to help you, but you need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I, and that is right here at the end of lesson 38. I believe it's page 240. Okay. All right. Thank you, and good evening.